class. It is so nice to see you again. Today we're going to have a story again, and today's story is about Ollie and the paint. First, I'm going to introduce the characters in the story to you. First, there's Mrs. Ibrahim, or Mummy, or Mother. Then there's Musa. Musa you met when we had the story of Spot Goes to the Shop. So here's Musa again. This is his mummy. Here's Musa's name. Then his little brother, Ali, is also one of the characters. And here is Ali's name. It's a nice short name. Okay, get comfortable. We are going to start the story. Once upon a time, Mr. and Mrs. Ibrahim owned a shop. They worked in the shop every day. One day, Mrs. Ibrahim, or Mother, came home from work, and she had 2 presents in her bag. One for Musa and one for his little brother Ali. She took one present out of the bag. It was a big, round shape. Ma read the card. It said, "Dear Ali, love from Mum and Dad." What do you think was in the present? Ali opened his present. Yes, it was a ball, a lovely red ball. Ali said, "Thank you, Ma," and he took the ball and went out to play with his friends. Ma read the card on the other present. It said, "Dear Musa, love from Mum and Dad." Musa looked at his present. It was a rectangle shape. He took the rectangle present and opened it. And this is what he found. There were 4 jars of paint and a paintbrush. Musa was so happy because he loved to paint pictures. He said, "Thank you, Ma. I'm so happy. I am going to paint a picture for you and a picture for Pa." When he was finished painting, Musa put the paint back in the box and put the box on the table. Where did he put the paint? Yes, in the box on the table. Musa went out to play with his friends. While he was outside, something happened. Listen, I'm going to tell you. Little Ali came inside and saw the rectangular box on the table. He wanted to see what was inside the box. So he pushed the chair next to the table, and what do you think he did? Yes, he climbed onto the chair and then he climbed onto the table. Now what do you think he did? Oh yes, he opened the box and took out the red paint, the blue paint, and the green paint. And do you know what Ali did? Ollie opened the green paint and rubbed it on his nose. Then he opened the red paint and he rubbed the red paint on his tummy. It felt so good. Then he opened the blue paint and he rubbed the blue paint all over his toes. Now, little Ollie had green paint on his nose, red paint on his tummy, and blue paint on his toes. He waved his hands like this and he laughed and laughed. Do you know what color paint was left in the box? Yes, the yellow paint was left in the box. But Ollie did not take the yellow paint because just then Mrs. Ibrahim came in and saw him. Ollie laughed and clapped his hands. Mrs. Ibrahim said, "Ollie, what are you doing?" And then she smiled and said, "Your nose is green, your tummy is red, your toes are blue, and I love you." Then Mrs. Ibrahim took Ollie outside and she washed his nose. She washed his tummy. She washed his toes. She put the paint inside the cupboard so Ollie could not get them again. Hi, Blue Class. I hope you enjoyed the story of Ollie. I did. Ollie painted his nose green, his tummy red, his toes blue. And let's say the rhyme again. Your nose is green, your tummy is red, your toes are blue, and I love you. We are going to do a little job now. This paper was included in your parcel or your that Mummy fetched at Spectra, and I'm going to show you now what to do with it. Please keep it for next week because then we are still going to talk more about Ollie. Come have a look what we are going to do. Blue Class, we are going to paint a pattern. On your page there's circles on top and there are circles at the bottom. First we're going to write our name on the left hand side. You can use a pencil or a Koki. Please remember to keep it because next week when we are going to draw a picture to convey a message, we are going to use this paper. Okay, now we are going to paint a pattern the way Ollie painted his body. We're going to paint green, red, blue. Green, red, blue. And remember, a pattern goes on and on. So, I'm just going to show you the first two of the pattern, and then you are going to complete the top and the bottom of it. Okay. We have some water here. And the first color that we are going to paint is, your nose is green. So I'm going to take the green paint. Or you can take a pencil and color it in, a coloring in pencil. And we rub it so that it makes a nice dark green. I need some more water. So my pattern is going to be green, red, blue. My next color is red. Rub, 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 rub. red. So I have a nice dark red. My next color of my pattern is going to be blue. Your toes are blue and I love you. Come, let's get blue. Okay, now I'm going to repeat my pattern. What color am I going to start with? Green, red, blue. Green, red, blue. Green, red, blue. Okay. Green. Clean your brush every time. Make it a little bit dry on the roller towel. Take the next color, and that's going to be red. Then blue. So I'm going to carry on with my pattern, and it's going to be green, red, blue. If you know the rhyme, you will also remember the pattern. So I'm going to send the rhyme to Mommy again. We're going to say it once more. Your nose is green, your tummy is red, your toes are blue, and I love you. Blue class, it was so nice spending time with you guys again. I'll see you next week when we continue with Ollie and the paint and do some revision about the story. Remember to also retell the story to Mum and Dad about Ollie. Remember, it started where they got presents. The one present was a circle, the other one was a rectangle. Remember what was in the circle present, and what was in the rectangular present. And then what Ollie did. I'm sure you will remember that. Love you. Bye-bye.